Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Rehab Christian Center Sunday morning virtual experience. I'm Dr. Zeb, and it's so good to be here with you today on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to every single mother that is tuned in this morning or jumping on this morning. It is certainly my hope and prayer that your Mother's Day is off to a tremendous start. And we certainly celebrate all of our mothers today, not just today, but every day. And so thankful for all you do for your children. It is so important. In my humble opinion, one of the greatest callings a person can have is the call to be a parent. It is certainly something that should be taken seriously. And those parents that do it well are parents who take parenting seriously. And so it is certainly my hope that you, every mother that's tuned in today, that you are certainly preparing to enjoy yourself if you're not already. I have some friends who traveled this weekend that are mothers, and they are out and about and having a great time. And so it doesn't matter where you are and what it is that you're doing. It is certainly my hope that you are enjoying this awesome Mother's Day Sunday. And again, I'm glad to be here with you and so grateful you tuned in. Now, I'm not going to be long today, but I'm going to be strong as always. I want to share with you an incredible word. Stay the course. This is going to be powerful. And I want to share this word and then get out of your way. I know many of you have plans with your moms, and some of you are already engaged in those plans. And certainly I do as well. Just got off the phone with her, laughing at her, going back and forth with Alexa. It was pretty funny. But certainly we want to make sure that we give you time to spend this day with your mom. And certainly those of you that are without your moms today, I'm praying for you. Certainly praying for your strength today and well-being as you attempt to get through this day without your mom physically in your presence, and recognize that this is certainly a tough day for many people, as any other holiday may be when you're not with your parents or your parents are not with you. And so I want you to know that I'm praying for you and I'm rooting for you in a special way, that certainly God will give you strength on this day without your mom, and that he would allow you to remember the amazing times you've had with her. Let's get right into this today. I'm not going to waste a lot of time again. I want to get right into this word. I want to share this word with you, and I want to get out of your way so that everybody has time today to dedicate today, this special day, to the mom or moms. For those of you that have bonus moms or other people that have been mom-like figures in your life, I want to give you this opportunity today to really share with them. And that's certainly my hope. So again, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Certainly praying for you, rooting for you. And again, we want to give you just a quick word today so we can get out of your way and you can enjoy your day in whatever day you want, in whatever way you want to enjoy it. All right. And so certainly just grateful to be here. Happy Mother's Day, Mother Brenda. I see you popping in, and Sister Nikki Watson, so many moms. And really enjoy all of you, and just so grateful for all of you, and thankful for your lives. Let's get ready to get into the declaration today. If this is your first time watching the Rehab Christian Center, you may not know this, but every Sunday we walk through the declaration. People ask us, what does REHAB stand for? It stands for Restore, Evangelize, Hope, Alternatives, Breakthrough. It is the 5 pillars by which we attempt to operate ministry. And so we want to walk through the declaration today. Because it is so important that you start off your week in an incredible, impactful way. And one way we can do that is by monitoring the words that we speak over our lives and concerning our lives. And so I want to walk through the declaration to get us going. And then we're going to get right into this word so we can get right out of your way. My goal is 10 o'clock today to get out of your way so that you can go and enjoy your Mother's Day in whatever way you would like to do it. It has certainly been an incredibly busy weekend for me. And I know it's been an incredibly busy weekend for you mothers. But again, we want to do our part, feed you this morning and then get out of the way. But again, can't say happy Mother's Day enough to all of you. So many moms, too many moms to call out by name, but certainly can't say that enough. And I really hope you're enjoying your incredible day on today. Mother Doris, again, happy birthday to you. She celebrated a birthday this week. And I just tell you, it's just been a tremendous week, and a week filled with so many blessings. And we are grateful for that today. All right, let's walk through the declaration. I feel like I'm getting talky, and I got to hurry up and get out of the way. It should be on your screen. I want you to repeat this declaration with me, and let's get ready to jump right into the word today. Say this with me. Restore. We declare that everything that is broken, lost, hurt, or destroyed that belongs to us and has been designed by God is restored. My faith is restored. My joy is restored. My mind is restored. Even my lost time is restored. I am no longer broken. The fact that I'm alive means I have another chance. My faith has restored me. And right now, his love is making me whole. Evangelize. Say this with me. We declare that God helped us so we can help somebody else. He loved me when I was unlovable. He changed me when I was a mess. His love lifted me when I was down. I'm not perfect, but I am free. And anything that came for me can't keep me. Because I'm free, my circle is next. My family is saved. My friends are blessed. My plans are successful. My goals are ahead of schedule. And anything connected to me is blessed, just like me. Hope. Say this with me. We declare that everything that is missing is not lost. In Jesus, I have hope. And this hope makes me confident. It doesn't matter what happens to me or around me. I'm going to win. My relationships are winning. My goals are winning. My family is winning. My neighbor is winning. This city will win. And my virtual row has the victory. My past is defeated. And my future is brighter today than it was yesterday. Alternatives. Say this with me. We declare that God made us different. I'm a royal child, the light of the world, and the hope of my city. I respect the past, but I don't look like what I've been through. I love the church, and my life is balanced. I love coming to church, but I like flights, boats, and vacations. My whole life is blessed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a lender, not a borrower. And every place I go belongs to me. Breakthrough. Would you say this with me? We declare that God has a breakthrough with our name on it. I have some challenges, but I am not defeated. No weapon formed against me can prosper. And I know that all things are working for my good. Things are not breaking down. They are about to break through. There is a breakthrough in my career. There is a breakthrough in my home. There is a breakthrough in my health. There is a breakthrough in my finances. I am here on purpose, for a purpose, and everything that went wrong is getting ready to turn around. Did you make that declaration with us today? If you did, do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments quickly, as large as you can, in all capital letters. A win is a win. Would you do that for me quickly? A win is a win. I need you to declare that over your life today. Man, wow, how many people did I talk to this week who simply said to me, Doc, my life is making progress. I ain't quite where I want to be. Things are not quite moving in the exact direction that I planned. But man, I am nowhere near where I was just a year ago. And I love having conversations like that and seeing people making progress towards the ultimate goals in your life. You may not be what you intend to be right now, but I'm telling you, if you would stay with God, it's going to work out for you. If you stay with God, he's going to make some things happen for you and shake. If you continue to remember God in all of your ways, acknowledge him, he's going to direct your path. And that path is going to lead you to the direction where your life is heading. A win is a win in this season and every season. And I really want you to hold on to that and really believe God for that. And I'm telling you, if you would do that, you're going to see that things are going to shake out in your life exactly the way they're supposed to. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Things are going to shake out exactly the way they're supposed to. And that is because you are rocking with God on your side. And that's the powerful thing about serving him. When you do, and you make him the center of what you do, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. Your plans can't fail. And I am just grateful to God about that. Now, real quick, scripture for the week. Type in the comments quickly. Hebrews chapter 3. Hebrews chapter 3 is our scripture for the week. I want you to read that, continue to meditate on that. I want to see more of you get up. Especially if you're on Instagram, I want to see more of you get up and join me at 6:30 on Thursdays. It's really starting to get fun. I'm enjoying it. It was supposed to be 10 minutes. It's now gone to about 15 minutes Thursday mornings at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We get up and we walk through the scripture for the week and just give you some points to just motivate you and encourage you and inspire you as you start your day. And as an early bird, 6:30 is late. Like, that's nothing. I'm already done with a lot of my tasks by that time. But I certainly want to encourage you to get up and join us. I think you'll find a lot of value in tuning in and sharing with us that early in the morning, and really just starting off your day in a tremendous way. And so don't forget, this Thursday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, tune in for our Explanation Thursday exclusively on Instagram, where we will walk through the scripture for the week and talk about that and discuss it to help you start your day. Now, there is no Life Study Tuesday. No Life Study Tuesday. My children are in the tail end of their baseball, I get the sports mixed up, baseball and volleyball season, and final practices and games this week, tournament this weekend. And so, I really appreciate all of your help, support. We've got games Tuesday and games Saturday. And I really appreciate all of your help and support and how you have allowed me to do what I do. And I'm grateful for that. And so I'll certainly be in prayer for them. And so we will not be here for Life Study this Tuesday, and we'll be back next Sunday. And we can't wait to see you then. All right. Hebrews chapter 3, scripture for the week. No Life Study Tuesday. And we certainly hope that you have an amazing week. Now, let me get into this word. This is going to be a powerful word. And again, if I sound like a broken record, that's fine. It's worth it. Happy Mother's Day again to all of you mothers that are tuned in, that are watching the replay. I recognize many of you are just already with your family and enjoying your day, and I would not have that any other way. You can always watch the replay. That's the beautiful thing about technology today. You can always watch the replay and catch up with the replay, but family time is critically important. And certainly if your mother is alive somewhere today, you're not only blessed, but you need to find her and spend some time with her today and let her know just how much you appreciate her, regardless of your relationship with her and regardless of how things may or may not have been. Learn how to appreciate the people that have given you life. And certainly you're going to find blessings in that. Now, let's get into it. Stay the course. I want you to type in the comments quickly. Stay the course. Stay the course is our topic for today. We're going to be in Romans chapter 12, verse 9 through 13. This is an amazing message. And I know how this is going to work because I'm on a time crunch. I'm trying to get you out by 10 o'clock Eastern time. I know how this is going to work. It always works this way, but this is an awesome word today. And I can't wait to share it because it really speaks to finding and locating the purpose that God has given us, placed on our lives, and then making sure that that purpose is undergirded by some things that will cause you to stay the course in your life. More than ever before, you find people simply quitting on their purpose because things didn't work out, things didn't shake out, things maybe didn't pan out the way you planned them to. I'm here to tell you there is great benefit and value in sticking to the course or the purpose that God has given you. When you can stick to the course or purpose that God has given you, you will see that it is the consistent drive towards your purpose that creates results. This is going to be powerful. If you want results in your life, you've got to be consistent in your drive towards that purpose. Meaning, when things get hard, you got to stay consistent. When things don't seem to be shaking, you got to stay consistent. When things don't seem to be aligning with your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, you have to stay consistent. And again, people aren't failing not because they're bad people. People aren't failing because they don't have ability. I'm discovering that people are simply failing because they lack consistency. People fail because of a lack of consistency. And I'm here to tell you, I'm sorry, y'all, had a thought and I wanted to record it because I don't want to forget that later. There is really this contingent of people today that are just really quitting, again, not because they don't have the ability, but because they can't remain consistent in their pursuit of the purpose that God has given them. And here's the thing, your purpose never changes. The road and the direction to which you get there may change. I want to be clear with this, right? If you, I'm just making this up, if you have been called to be an entrepreneur and to have your own business, and in your mind, you want to be an entrepreneur in this, doing this, and in this place at this certain time, that might be your plan. But if that's really your called purpose, you may not get there the way you plan to get there. But if you really have a calling and a purpose, you're going to get there. And sometimes the roads change, but the destination never changes. Okay. When it comes to our purpose and the purpose that God has put on our lives and put in our spirits, sometimes the road to your purpose changes, but the destination never changes. Right. And so we're going to talk about this today. This is a powerful word. And there's something that has to be at the foundation. And what better fitting day than Mother's Day to talk about this? There's something that has to be at the foundation of you pursuing your purpose that will ensure you continue to pursue it. And I never saw this scripture the way I did when I was studying for this morning. And so I think you're going to really enjoy this today. Romans chapter 12, verse 9 through 13. And I'm in the NIV version. All right. Romans chapter 12, verse 9 through 13. I'm in the NIV version. All right. We're going to come back to that. Let me give you this. I want you to record this now. Your greatest find in life will be finding your purpose. Record it. Your greatest find in life will be finding your purpose. Okay. Greater than finding a man, greater than finding a woman, greater than finding a dream career, greater than driving your dream car. Your greatest find in life for real is going to be being able to identify your purpose. As somebody who's worked in a field that has helped people, students, established professionals, just people in general, try to figure out what to do with their lives, I'm here to tell you, there is no greater aha moment than being able to say, this right here, whatever your this is my purpose, right? This is my purpose. This is what I've been called to do. This is what I've been called to be. And when you find that, there is no greater find than being able to say that. All right. And so that's your greatest find in life. When you figure out what you've been called to be or what you've been called to do, your focus and energy should change. Right. When you figure out what you've been called to do, when you figure out what you've been called to be, your focus, your energy, your spirit should change. Why? Because you should be excited about the purpose that's been planted or been placed in your spirit, that's been placed for your life or designed for your life. And I've discovered this, y'all. Some people are annoyed with their life, not because some people are annoyed with their life because they simply don't like what they're doing. Right. Again, I want you to hear me. Some people are really annoyed with their lives, not because they're really bad people. They're annoyed because they don't like what they're doing. They don't like their job. They don't like their relationship status. They don't like their purpose. They feel like they're walking and living aimlessly without a clear sense of direction. And there's just some people that are always on edge and mean and snappy. Again, not because they're bad people, but deep down inside, they're asking themselves, do I really enjoy the life that I'm living? And I'm telling you, y'all better hear me clearly today. When you get to a place where you really enjoy the life you live, there is no greater sweet spot than that. Enjoying the life you live doesn't mean your life is perfect. Enjoying the life you live doesn't mean that everything is working well for you. Enjoying the life you live doesn't mean you've arrived to the destination you will arrive. But enjoying the life you live simply means you've reached a place in your life where you've tapped into what you've been put on this earth here to do, and you've made that your focus. And because you've made that your focus, your life goes well. Your life feels good. Things work out for you, right? And so when you discover this, you become less annoyed with things going on wrong in your life or less annoyed with your life in general. And here's the thing. When you find purpose, you should find love. I want you to record this. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler all week long. When you find purpose, you should find love. right? Anytime you find your purpose, you should also simultaneously find love, because it's going to take love as the foundation at the core of who you are for you to stick and hold on to your purpose. Somebody was telling me earlier this week, they're thinking about getting, this is the best example I can give you. They're thinking about going to school to get their PhD. And she was asking me about the dissertation process and what that's like. She said she's a decent writer, but the idea of writing a 286-page dissertation, which is how long mine was, is felt daunting to her. She was like, I don't know if I can do all of that. Like, I don't know if I can talk about anything for 286 pages. And I said to her, the key to getting through a PhD program and writing a dissertation is choosing research that you love. My daddy gave me this advice, great advice. He said, Zeb, when you get into this work, before you get started, make sure you choose something you love, because there are going to be days you're not going to want to do it. There are going to be days you're not going to want to write about it. You're not going to want to read on it. You're not going to want to do the work towards it. And it was the most true statement that he ever made. If you're going to pursue a PhD, you need to really like the topic that you've chosen, because there will be days where you don't want to be involved with the work. You don't want to be involved with the research. And our purpose operates the same way. When you are choosing your purpose, when your purpose has been identified for your life, there should come with it an element or a foundation of love that undergirds the purpose, so that when the days come where you don't want to do the work, you want to quit, you want to give up, it is love that serves as the foundation that keeps you moving forward. Again, the roads may change. We get caught up on the roads. Well, somebody starts a business and the business fails, or maybe they're not called to be an entrepreneur. It doesn't mean that. Maybe they weren't called to be an entrepreneur over that business. Maybe there's a different business that they were called to be an entrepreneur over, and the road that they were traveling just didn't work out. Roads collapse, roads change, but the destination never changes, right? And so we need to keep that in mind. The destination never changes. And so we have to stay focused on the purpose. Now, let's look at this. Romans 12, verse number 9. Let's read verses 9 and 10. I'm in the NIV version. Romans 12, verse 9 and 10. Look at verse 9. It says, love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Look at verse 10. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. I want you to record this. Sincere love is the result of real purpose. Record it. Come on, y'all. I need to see some notes this morning. I'm hitting you hard and fast this morning. We're going to be done in about 25 minutes. Sincere love is the result of real purpose. All right, record that. Sincere love is the result of real purpose. If you are able to embrace the real purpose that you have for your life, it will be easy for you to move and operate in love in your life. Again, people struggle. Go back to what I said earlier. People struggle when it comes to being just able to enjoy their lives in a meaningful way, because deep down inside, they have not found the true purpose and calling that they have for their lives. And sometimes that calling makes them feel very uncomfortable. But listen, when you are able to tap into your real purpose, sincere love is the result. Okay? Sincere love is the result. When you can tap into your purpose, sincere love is the result. And watch this. It's not just love for your purpose. It's also love for yourself. Listen to me. Sincere love for your purpose is not only the result of finding your purpose, but sincere love for yourself is also that result. In other words, you are able to embrace others better when you love you. Y'all, I tell y'all this on this great Mother's Day, but let me just say this real quick. There are some people in your life that are struggling to love you because deep down, they don't even love themselves. There are some people in your life that are really struggling to love you, and it is because they don't even really love themselves, right? There are some mothers that are struggling to love their children because they don't even love themselves. There are fathers that are struggling to love their children because they don't really love themselves. And I'm here to tell you, sincere love is really not just for your purpose, it's for you. Y'all, oh God, I really wish I could spend a lot of time for this. Some people, y'all, let me say it like this. Some people are quitting because they don't like them. I mean, is this making sense? Some people are quitting because they don't, deep down, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they don't even like themselves. And I can't tell you enough just how important sincere love becomes the core of you being able to live an amazing, positive, beneficial life, right? And we tend to only think about love in the context, again, of loving people or loving the purpose that we have, and all of that is great, but it ultimately starts with not only loving those things and people, and obviously loving God, but ultimately it starts with loving yourself. And y'all, I can't tell you how many people are just dissatisfied in general because they have not had the honest conversation with themselves to determine why they really don't like them. So this sincere love, this real love, causes you to be able to embrace others, right? And real love also teaches us how to treat others. Man, would you believe that a lot of people become even shady, passive in their work, in their abilities, because again, they don't really love who they are, right? People, come to work and do half jobs, not because they don't have the ability or qualifications, but because deep down inside, maybe they're dealing with challenges in their lives they have not been able to manage and overcome. And the manifestation of those challenges has been poor performance in work and in business, right? This really connects so well when we understand that at the core of who we are has to be this genuine love for ourselves, because you can have a purpose, but if you got a purpose, but you don't love you, you're not going to execute your purpose really well. You got to have a purpose. You got to love you. And then loving you in turn will position you to be able to love others. Real love teaches us how to treat others. Real love teaches us how to handle others. Real love teaches us how to show up for our purpose for people that would benefit for our purpose, even when they don't like us. They're not rooting for us, right? Your love for your purpose has to be greater than people's response to you. Are y'all listening to me? Oh man, this is good. Your love, I want you to record this, y'all. Come on. Your love for your purpose has to be greater than people's response to you. Because I'm telling you, if you are operating in your purpose to get a response, you're going to quit. If you are operating in your purpose to get a response, you are going to quit. We don't operate in our purpose to get a response from people. We operate in our purpose because we have a genuine love for the purpose that God's given us. And it is as a result of that genuine love for our purpose that we begin to see the manifestation of success, the fruit of success, right? But you don't operate in your purpose to get a response. There's a lot of people that's shutting down ideas, aborting ideas that are great ideas because people aren't responding to their ideas. And I always ask people, were you called to people or were you called to the idea? If God's put a purpose on your life, I got a simple question for you. Were you called to the purpose or were you called to people? John, how are you able to keep moving strong and forging strong with all of the challenges that have happened over the last 3 years with rehab? How are you forging strong? Because I wasn't called to people. I was called to a purpose. People come and go. Are y'all listening? I'm being honest. People come and go. Just like situations and circumstances. They come and go. Seasons change. But when you have a purpose, you find the drive to stick with it. And that's what I want to tell you all to do today. I need you to find the drive, the courage, the stamina, the love to stick with your purpose. Because if you love the purpose and you love you, you're not going to abort that purpose because things get hard. I agree with that, Yamil. Just like that, she said, just it's like people that get degrees just for money. That's exactly right. You're doing what you're doing for superficial purposes instead of doing it for the love of what you do. And when you do what you do for the love of what you do, you can't fail. Again, the destination might change. I'm sorry, the road to the destination might change. The route, the journey might have some shifts and ups and downs, but the destination doesn't change. You know, if I could even use me as an example briefly, it's so crazy how this this virtual space has kind of worked the way it has, and we're in this space still. And the realtor reached out this weekend, showed me some nice things that we're looking at. You know, things are moving on the back end. I don't make a lot of announcements. I make moves. That's the problem with this culture we're in. We got a lot of people making announcements and they ain't doing nothing. Announcements don't pay bills. Moves do. All right. And so, you know, so working behind the scenes and just doing what I do. But let me tell you something. I have witnessed hundreds of thousands of people, literally hundreds of thousands of people who are getting close to God through a platform that I didn't even intend. And all I've been doing is just operating in my purpose. That's it. The roads change. Purpose never does. The purpose never does. I've seen more people say church in the last 6 months than they probably said for the majority of their lives. So the destination doesn't change, y'all, when you find purpose. When you find purpose, your streets might change, your journey might change, your road to getting there might change. But the destination never changes when you tap into what you've been called to be, because you find the same level of effectiveness. Why? Because at the core of what you do is this real love for you and this real love for what God has called you to be. I'm telling y'all what I know. All right. Look at this. I'm in Romans 9. Let me hurry because I'm getting long-winded as always. Romans 12, verse 11. Look at this. So look at what Paul says. Romans 12, verse 11, NIV. He says, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. All right. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord. I want you to record this. Strength for purpose is found in love for purpose. Strength for purpose is found in love for purpose. Your strength for your purpose is found in your love for your purpose. When you figure out what your purpose and calling is for your life, then you will understand that the strength to continue forward in that purpose is going to be found in your love for purpose. Go back to the dissertation idea or suggestion or an analogy that I just gave you. If you've ever written a dissertation, you better choose a topic you like, because the only thing that's going to give you the strength to keep going is your love for that topic, right? So we find strength for purpose when we find love in our purpose. When we find love for ourselves and our purpose, we will have the energy for our work. When we find love for ourselves, we will have energy, and love for our purpose, we will have energy for our work. I tell people all the time, because I believe this, there is such a thing as fatigue. There's such a thing as being tired. I think today being Mother's Day, certainly if your mom is alive, this should be one of those days where you should not want her working and doing whatever. You should do whatever you can and let this be a restful, peaceful day for her. Because I believe burnout, fatigue, those are very real things. Make no mistake about it. Rest is a must. And that's something the pandemic taught me. I think pre-pandemic, I had no real understanding of the value of taking intentional breaks and sitting down somewhere. Now, more than ever, if I go longer than a month and I have not sat down for at least a day, something's wrong, right? So rest is a must, right? We have to be intentional in our ability to get rest. If God rested from his work in building the world and crafting the world, we ought to also be natural enough to be able to do the same. But I'm telling you, energy is easier to find. When I say energy, I mean the strength to do your work, the strength to operate in your purpose is easier to find when love is connected to your purpose. Okay. Energy, strength to do the work is easier to find when love is connected to your purpose. In other words, when you love what you do, you can find the energy to do it. Are y'all listening? Record it. When you love what you do, you'll find the energy to do it. When you love what you do, you'll find the energy to do it. That not only applies to your purpose, that applies to people, y'all. You know, I I help people in this space so much, and people complain, well, such don't have time to do this. Let me tell you something. If you're connected to somebody, in relationship, in connection with somebody, and because we understand relationships and connections, right? People can be busy. God knows there's nobody probably busy. I'm working 70 to 80-hour weeks now. Let me tell you something though. People find time for the people they want to find time for. You find the energy for the people that you feel like are connected to you or connected to your purpose, right? You might not respond to everybody else, but those people that you really care about, that you connect, you're going to respond to them. And I'm here to tell you, energy is easier to find when love is connected or at the root or at the core of your purpose. And until love becomes at the core of your purpose, you're going to have those days more often than not where you experience energy burnout, this lack of zeal or desire to pursue or go after what it is that you're doing. And it's easy for us to keep that when we let love be at the core of what we do. Again, when you love what you do, you're going to find the energy to do it. You've been called to be an entrepreneur and you really love the business that you have. When love is at the core of what you do, you're going to find the energy to do it. Y'all, let me ask y'all this. For those of you that work, those of you that have jobs, careers, or whatever, when was the last time you believed your work was not work? All right, I get this question a lot in this professional development, career development space bucket that I have. I get that question a lot from students, from professionals, from established professionals to people, whoever. Doc, how do I know I've tapped into my purpose as it relates to my career? And it's a simple question. When was the last time you worked and you felt like going to work wasn't work? Like your job was paying you, yeah, but it didn't feel like you were doing like labor because you were really locked into your work as a part of your purpose. When was the last time work did not feel like work? And if you want to tap into your purpose, and right now, and hear this, and I want you to hear me good, and right now your job feels like a grind every day, feels like hard labor, feels like work. You wake up, oh Lord, I got to do this again. Oh Lord, I got to go to this place and deal with these people. If that's all your conversation, I'm here to tell you, you have not quite tapped into your purpose yet. Because when you tap into your purpose, you're going to find the energy to get up and do it every day because it ain't going to even feel like work. Yeah, you're going to get tired. Yeah, you got to rest. Yeah, you need to get some sleep, all of that stuff. But I'm telling y'all, I can't remember the last day I had where I was doing my work and it felt like work. In fact, I feel like I'm in such a sweet spot right now in my life where everything I'm doing is aligning and going beeline right to my purpose. Got a couple of buckets in my life right now, and it's all aligning and making a beeline to my purpose. And that's how I know, yeah, I'm hitting the stride. Like when you can't tell that work is work and work doesn't feel like work and work doesn't feel like stress like normal work does, then you know you're really tapped into your purpose. All right. And that's really the goal. But again, we get the strength for purpose when we have a love for our purpose. Right. So it's not accidental that before Paul says what he says about your purpose or assignment, he says, listen, that before we even deal with your purpose and assignment, understand that at the core of what that is, right, at the core of your purpose and assignment has to be love. Right? It has to be this real, genuine love for yourself. It has to be this real, genuine love for what it is that you do. Last thing, verse number 12. So he says, then be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. So he just told us in verse 11 that when it comes to your purpose, never lack zeal or energy, right? We find energy for the work, for our purpose, by finding love for our purpose, but keep your spiritual fervor serving the Lord, right? Then he says that as you are serving, going after this purpose, he says, be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, Faithful in prayer. So he gives us 3 ways to stay focused on our purpose. 3 ways to stay focused on our assignment. 3 ways to stay focused on the things that we've been called to do. Way number 1, be joyful in hope. Don't just have hope that things are going to work out in your life. Be happy while you hope it. There is miserable hope, which is, well, I hope I make it. I think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to be all right. And then there is great hope where I know I'm going to make it. Things are going to work out for me. Things are going to shake out for me, right? So don't just have hope. Paul says, be joyful in your hope. Second thing he says is, he says, be patient in affliction. This is a big one. I got to spend a minute or two here, because what we don't understand is that anytime you're pursuing something for God, anytime you're pursuing something that is God ordained for your life, you are crazy if you think it is not going to come with challenges. There is nothing significant that you will ever accomplish in your life, significant, that will not, with that significance, come with challenge. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why people continue to want great things for their lives, but they don't want the challenge that comes with it. And I'm here to tell you, there is nothing significant you will ever accomplish in your life if you cannot embrace the challenge that comes along with it. I have never accomplished great big things in my life that did not have an element of challenge associated with it. From a PhD to writing books to everything else to starting rehab, everything that I've ever attempted to do in my life that was significant not only came with challenges, it came with significant challenges. And here's the thing, the more significant the purpose, the greater the challenge. The reason why the devil is fighting some of you in certain areas of your life so hard is because that is the area that is not only associated with your purpose and life's calling, but it is also the area where you are going to experience the most success in your life. And the greater the success, the greater the challenge. Y'all, you can't have it both ways. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I need you to hear me and hear me in love. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot say you want to be tremendously blessed. You cannot say you want your purpose to be big in life, but then you also want to be on vacation while you're on your way to it. And I'm here to tell you, there are going to be some easy days. There are going to be some days where you have sweatless victories and things are going to just be falling and lining up in place seamlessly. Make no mistake about it. But there are going to be a whole lot of days when you got a God-ordained purpose. There are going to be a whole lot of days where literally you're going to pause and sit back and say, are you sure, God, you called me to this? Now, I can't speak with nobody else, Mother Brenda, but let me tell you something. Since I see your comment on screen, let me tell you something. There are a whole lot of days I have looked my purpose in the face and said, are you sure this is it, God? I know y'all will never be honest enough to admit it. I have. Are you sure this is it? Because sometimes we look at the challenges, we look at the pain, we look at the affliction, and we challenge the destination, but we don't even realize that pain, affliction, challenge, hard times, those are just street names. There's a street named pain. There's a street named affliction. There's a street named challenge. There's a street named hard times. Those are just streets that sometimes you have to travel on as you're on your way towards your destination, your purpose, whatever it is that God has designed for you to do and be. And we cannot label the destination because of the street. You go to Miami, it don't matter what airline you take. Miami doesn't change the name of Miami because of the airline or the road you take. All right. Simple example to understand that, right? And so we cannot get so shook when we end up in a lane called pain, hard time, difficult moment. As long as the destination doesn't change, we're going to be okay. So we got to be patient in affliction, not allow affliction or difficult times to cause us to quit, but frankly, allow difficult times to cause us to buckle down, to really lock into our purpose, and then maybe step back and say, God, that's the purpose, but do you have a different direction for me to get there? Right? What's wrong with having that honest conversation with God? Listen, I know this is my perfect purpose here. I know this is my destination. Doesn't seem to be working the way I wanted to. Do you have another way? Is there a way I should be taking? The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Right? Is there a different way or purpose or track that I should be taking? And then when you ask that, be open to it. Y'all, there's more than one way to get to Miami. There's more than one way to get to LA. There's more than one way to get to the Dominican Republic. You got to be open to the multiple ways to get to a destination. Right? And so we got to be patient in affliction. The third way to stay focused on our purpose and assignment is to be faithful in prayer. It is to be faithful in prayer. Y'all, let me tell you something. Seasons change. People change. Circumstances change. Hard times, difficult moments change. All of these things change. But let me tell you something. You have to remain faithful and consistent in your prayer life. It's so important. You got to remain faithful and consistent in your prayer life. I don't care what's going on in your life and what's happening in your life. The more consistent you are in your prayer life, the more you can expect amazing things to happen in your life. It's really that simple. Like we want all of these great and grand things to happen in our lives, but we don't even realize that at the core, at the foundation of everything we do should be this consistency in our prayer life and conversation with God. Y'all know I'm a big avid believer in this. Prayer is not convocation. Prayer is conversation with God. Meditation is conversation with yourself. Daily, you should be praying and meditating. Daily. You should be praying and or meditating every single day. It should be a part of your natural routine. There have been mornings I've had to get up as early as 1:30 in the morning just to honor my schedule. I would have to be somewhere at 5 in the morning, something like that. But I never altered the discipline associated with my morning routine. First thing I do, get up is pray. Second thing I do, use the restroom, too much information. Third thing I do is I meditate. Take some time to just sit to myself in silence and just literally just pay attention to my thoughts and where I am at this point in my life. Get grounded in the present moment. Then I work out. Then I do what I do. Take my cold shower. I keep going. Doesn't matter what I got going on in that day. I remain consistent to what it is I've been called to do. I remain consistent and faithful in prayer. I'm telling y'all this because I know it. Some things aren't working out in your life, not because it's not going to work out. There's some things that aren't working in your life because you're not being consistent in your prayer life. Many of you are praying to God only when you need something. And y'all, I don't know about y'all. I can't stand when people only call me because they need something. I hate it. Do not just call me because you need something. It is okay if you find the time to just say hello sometimes and you don't need nothing from me. Right? And I know many of you feel the same way. Many of us treat God the same way. So Paul says you got to be joyful in hope. You got to be patient in affliction. And then surrounded by all of that, you have to be faithful in prayer. If you remain faithful in prayer, things have no choice but to work out for you. It becomes a lot easier. Yes, it becomes a lot easier for you to stay the course towards the purpose and the plans that you have for your life, that God has for your life, when at the core of what you do is this consistent conversation with God. It don't matter if you don't talk to me every day. It don't matter if you don't talk to me every week. It don't matter if family members don't talk to you every day. There's one person you ought to be in communication with regularly, and that's God. Because if you are, everything else in your life is just going to line up. It's going to space up. It's going to line up. It's going to work out. This bless anybody today, y'all? I'm right at 9:57. I'm going to be a few minutes over. Did this bless anybody today? If it did, fill it up with hearts wherever you are. I want to pray for you quickly. It was my promise to only keep you 60 minutes today, and I'm right on target for that. I want you to enjoy this Mother's Day. I love Mother's Day. I'm praying for all of you mothers. I'm praying for those of you that do not have your moms physically here on the earth today. that God will certainly give you prayer and relief, not just today, but every day for the rest of this year. And certainly I want you to know that I'm rooting for you, that God is faithful. And God absolutely has the ability to be everything that you need him to be and more. Listen, I want to pray for you. If you've got a prayer request, type it in the comments now. Don't be shy. I don't care what network you're watching on. I don't want you to be shy. I know we didn't have a lot of people tuned in today. That's okay. I want you to honor your parents, honor your mother today. Honor the folks that have been like mothers in your life today. And for many of you, just honor yourself. It does not matter to me. I don't care about numbers. I care about impact. And so it is certainly my hope that this message did bless those of you that are watching live, and certainly bless those of you that are watching the replay. That's all that matters to me. I want you to enjoy this Mother's Day today in a special way, just as I plan to do, and enjoy my mom, who had me just dying laughing earlier, going back and forth with Alexa. That was really funny. But I'm certainly planning to do that, and I hope you are as well. Listen, can I pray for you? Let me give you 30 seconds. Type in your prayer request now. Again, you know the routine, 4:08 in the morning. I'm going to be up. I'm going to pray over your request and pray over whatever it is that you need for your life at this moment in your life. And I want you to know that I'm absolutely praying for you. I'm rooting for you, that God's working some things out in your favor and for your good and on your behalf. And I want you to continue to trust him right where you are. Things may not make sense right now, but all things are going to work together for your good if you continue to love him. If you continue to operate as the one that's called according to his purpose. And so I want you to hold on to that today like never before. Continue to trust and believe like never before, and literally watch God begin to work things out in your life. Listen, I want to pray for you. I'm rooting for you. Connect your hands like this is a sign of symbol of faith. Good. I'm starting to see some prayer requests come through, and certainly praying for those things like guidance, wisdom. I love it. Healing, especially those mothers, those of you that are mothers that have children. It takes a lot of wisdom and guidance to be able a lot of wisdom and guidance to be able to lead children, whether you're a mom or a dad, to be able to make decisions that are right for them. It takes a lot of that. And so I certainly want you to be encouraged where you are, to understand that God is faithful in every season, and that he will certainly give you the wisdom and the instruction necessary to carry out the things in your life. Connect your hands like this is a sign of symbol of faith. I feel like I'm getting long-winded, but this is just such a this has been a beautiful message. I'm going to go back and listen to this one in its entirety, because it was just really a good reminder for me. And man, I tell you, God has really been so good to me and faithful here, and just really shown me that the purpose doesn't change, but sometimes the road does. And it's just been an amazing thing to experience firsthand. Connect your hands like this, a sign, a symbol of faith. I'm praying for your consistency, Brother Uzo, all of you. Mother Joyce, I'm praying for you guys, man. I just really appreciate you sharing this today and sharing with us on today. Connect your hands like this, a sign, a symbol of faith, as if we're touching and agreeing. Let's pray together. Father, in Jesus' name, thank you today for your word, this time of gathering and sharing you've given us. It's my prayer that something was said that has encouraged somebody, challenge somebody, maybe even convicted somebody to re-examine their lives so that they can be the best version of themselves you called them to be. God, it is my prayer that this word will change somebody's life in a tremendous way. Help us to understand the connection between love and our assignment, and whatever it is that you've given us. Help us to realize that it takes a foundation of love for us to be the best version of ourselves in any space. Now, God, for every prayer request that's been lifted up to us, that has been lifted up on this broadcast, that's been lifted up to you, that's been typed in this broadcast, that's been emailed to our inbox, that's on the hearts and minds of people, we lift it up to you now and ask, God, that you would answer the prayers of your people as only you can. We want you to make ways, open doors, meet needs, grant hearts' desires in a significant way. Somebody today is desperately in need of answers and results from you. And we know you, God, to be a prayer answering God, miracle working God. And so, God, it is my prayer that you would answer the prayers of your people, that you would make ways, that you would open doors, that you would meet needs, that you would grant hearts' desires in a special way. I thank you, God, because this week will be a big week filled with miracles, open doors, made ways, met opportunities like never before. Finally, God, on this great Mother's Day, it is my personal selfish prayer that you would touch every single mother today, not just today, but every single day of this year, that you would continue to give them the strength and the desire and the fervor to be able to do what it is that you have called them to be. And that is to be mothers, to lead children, to help lead families, that you would give them the strength necessary to continue to walk and operate in the vein that you called them to be. I pray, God, that you would make this a restful day today for those folks that are without their mothers, that you would give them the strength to be okay today in this season, that you will give them the comfort and the guidance to be settled with what you allow to happen, and help them to understand that still all things work together for our goods if we continue to love you. It is my prayer today, God, that this Mother's Day is a tremendous day of love and celebration and happiness for everyone under the sound of my voice. And God, we will continue to give your name the glory, honor, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen. Listen, I want you to type in the comments quickly. It is so. You prayed that prayer of faith. I want you to type in the comments quickly. It is so. It is so. Hurry, y'all. It is so. It is so. God's answering prayers. He's making ways. He's opening doors. He's meeting needs. And we're so excited about that. And I certainly hope you are as well. It is so. It is so. I'm praying for y'all, man. Rooting for you. I want you to enjoy yourself. Enjoy your mom today. Doesn't matter where you are, where they are. Maybe you can't see mom today. I want you to FaceTime her. Call her, do something, send a pigeon, do something. I want you to make sure that you enjoy your mom if she is living today. Do that. If your mom is not living, I want you to know that God has you on his mind, and he has not forgotten about you. Listen, I want to challenge you to give. I'm going to just do a beeline, get out of here today. I know many of you have plans. I'm so grateful. Some of you are didn't have a lot of notes today, but I know many of you are on the road traveling, doing some things. Some of you have reached out, and I really appreciate many of you who continue to check in with me and do those things. I think it's so important that we have a covering, and I certainly embrace this role. And so I want to hurry up and get out of here. I want to challenge you to give today. If this message, this ministry has been a blessing to you, you can give one of three ways: via CashApp, $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website, www.rehabcc.org, and simply choose online giving, or you can text REHABWORKS to 336-642-3210. That's REHABWORKS to 336-642-3210. Again, Cash App. You can give via Cash App, $REHABCCGIVE. Our website, www.rehabcc.org, and simply choose online giving, or you can text REHABWORKS to 336-642-3210. And I promise you, if you give either one of those ways, God is going to bless you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Wow. Lift my family up. Sister Kiana lost grandmother on Tuesday. Wow, I'm very sorry to hear that, Sister Kiana. Man, I hate to hear that. Sincerely, we're certainly praying for you. I really appreciate your faithfulness, Sister Kiana, on Instagram. You help us moderate. You do so many things. And so we're certainly praying for you. I'm very sorry to hear that you lost your grandmother. Make sure next time something like that happens, you send me a DM and let me know. But I'm certainly praying for you. I'm very sorry to read that on today. And certainly praying for you, especially at this Mother's Day season, that God will bless you. Remember, y'all, there is no life study this Tuesday. All right. There's no life study this Tuesday. We are dealing with games. I've got games this Tuesday with the little one with 4, and preparation for gymnastics competition, not gymnastics, Lord, volleyball tournament this weekend. And so don't forget, there's no life study this Tuesday. And Hebrews chapter 3 is our scripture for the week. And we will see you again next Sunday. I love you. I'm praying for you. Again, happy Mother's Day again to all of you mothers. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. And I want you to have a fantastic Sunday. Okay. Love you. Praying for you. Peace and blessings.